What's going on, everybody? James Corbett here from Project Refit. Um, I am going to be telling you guys a story today about a Vietnam vet that we supported, and we're still in supporting, and we have been for the past few weeks. I'm going to let it get live on Instagram, and then I'll jump into it. All right, so it looks like we're up on Instagram now and up on all of our different platforms. So we were called up by, let me turn that down. Wow. That must have been super scratchy for anybody to hear. So we were called up by a partner organization, Team Foster, and Team Foster told us about a vet that was isolated in Pennsylvania. And we decided that we would show up to his home, um, me and another refitter. He's actually a U.S. Marine. His name is Mike. We came out to or went out to this Vietnam veteran's home. And I'm going to make a long story short. The man's wife passed away back in March. He's older, and he wants to mourn his wife, and he wanted to mourn his wife appropriately, but he felt like he could not do that yet because he still had the image of the gentleman that saved his life in his mind still. And he could see his face, his voice, hear his voice, all of it. And the gentleman that saved his life, his name is Wallace, and he was another Marine who passed away in Vietnam. And he couldn't let it go for decades. And the way that he wanted to do that was getting in touch with the family of the individual that saved his life. So he had two. So he had two requests for us because I asked him, I was like, "Hey, what's something that we can do for you to help you, so you can get to the point where you can mourn your wife appropriately?" He said, "Well, for one, if you could try to get me in touch with the family, uh, I would be able to. I feel like finally move forward from that." And first and foremost, by the way, that breaks my heart. I mean, this is decades of holding on to something, right? So I'm like, dang, like it's deep. I mean, like he wanted to tell the family, Wallace's family, about the hero that he was and how he saved his life over in Vietnam. And so I was like, okay, I'll see what I can do with that. And number two, he wanted to go down to the Vietnam Veterans War Memorial in Washington, D.C. So I thought, oh, that one's too easy. We can do that. And actually, a little bit more about that in a second. It's going to be pretty cool. We do have a request for any veteran, but specifically also Marine veterans. Um, but back to the story. So, when he shared the story about the gentleman that saved his life over in Vietnam and how he wanted to get in touch with the family, I started asking some information and, name and, what he knew last location, whether it was decades ago or not. And he started giving me little snippets of Wallace's story. And I got to work and I started doing research, started trying to track down family members' names, all of it. Just went after the internet, and ended up finding a post from one of the living relatives uh, of Wallace's, and reached out. So I reached out to her. It was a niece, and I said, "Hey, is there any way that remember, I'm random. I'm just some random dude reaching out saying like, "Hey, I represent this organization. I have this Vietnam veteran here who your uncle say or yeah, your uncle saved the life of and back in Vietnam, and he wants to talk to you, and he wants to share with you what your uncle meant to him." And she was like, yeah, sure. Who are you again?" And like all that. And so she did her research and she found out that, we were legit, and we're not full of it. And I shared his number and all that, and they got in touch. And the healing that happened for this gentleman after decades and decades and decades of being home was just absolutely immense. He called up Team Foster. He tried getting in touch with me, but he called up Team Foster, told Team Foster about what we had done. And, Kevin from Team Foster contacted me. He's crying. He was like, "Hey man, did you get to talk to him yet or whatever?" And I was like, "No, I haven't. I was in some meetings today and I'm driving all around and I'm taking care of some stuff, dropping some stuff off to volunteers." And he's like, "Man, you gotta call him." I said, I didn't know you didn't talk to him yet, because I was asking him, "Why are you crying, dude?" And he's like, "You got to hear it from him. You got to hear it from him." So I called him up, and immediately just tears. He's like, "You don't know what you did for me, and thank you so much." And I was like, "Hey, man, it's not just me. I mean, like, this is what Refit does. This is who Refit is, and we're just trying to build a community around you, and we're so honored to have you and to help you and to be a part of your story. And I just hope that you get to grieve your wife now and take that next step." And then he said, "Yeah, absolutely, all of that." And he's like, "She's sending me, the niece is sending me photos, and she's going to be mailing some stuff out to me." And um, man, it was so beautiful just to have the opportunity to serve someone who really needed it for so long, who really needed the American community to welcome him home in the way that was very special and very intimate to him. It makes me think of all the Vietnam veterans who may not have had that opportunity to have such uh, a rallying around them. And it just makes me sad, actually. There's so many people that really do care, and nobody's perfect. And, I'm certainly not perfect, and we all make mistakes. And it was really great to be able to say to this gentleman that, from American civilians and America as a whole, like, we, welcome home. We people really do care. We really do love you, and we really do know. Some of us really do know and understand that your sacrifices were so immense that those wounds stayed with you for decades. Um, and the struggles you went through and everything, you don't have to feel it anymore. You can really rest your heart and be easy. It was such a special moment. I cried. Man, I cried. I had some tears rolling out of my eyes, 100%. It was so beautiful. It was such an honor to be able to do it and kind of be reminded of what we're trying to do here. And our hearts are in the right place, and just cannot thank you guys enough for all the support, all of the belief, allowing us to do this. And the Marine vet that came out, he's a young guy too. He came out and he needed it as well. He needed a reminder that he has purpose, and he matters too, and he can make a difference. And this was just like it was such a great reminder that we need each other. American community, we need each other. We need to lean on each other. We need to look in each other's eyes in person, not over the internet. And I know here I am on the internet telling the story, but there's this amazing thing that's happening in Refit right now where we have young people. I can think of a few up in Massachusetts that are starting a movement up there of getting veterans together and getting people together and inviting in other community members, uh, just to get together. Down in Delaware, there's a movement happening where people are getting together. There's a movement happening in North Carolina where they're getting together and they're trying to bring the community together. They're doing their best, and it's hard. It's a slow growth, but it's something that's so needed to get people out, get people to realize that we're Americans that really give a shit about one another. Like, that's all it is. We're just Project Refit, combating isolation. It's getting the community together, and it's rallying around each other when we need to. And the beautiful thing about what we did with this Vietnam vet is we rallied around him. Even if it was just a couple of guys, we rallied around him, and there's some organizations that rallied around him. And Team Foster doing that with us was so amazing. And the importance of community partnership, the importance of true unity in fighting this together. You know, it's just such an important thing for all of us to be able to do. It improves mental health. It improves connection, improves society. It just improves anyone that's involved to help another person. And that's the beauty of what we're doing. You know, and then for the second request of going to the Vietnam Veterans War Memorial, we really want to try to get as many Marines to come out to rally on him because he was a Marine, but also any veteran, any civilian, any person that wants to come out. I think civilians coming out too would be special because it's like, hey man, like welcome home. Like we're here too to support you. Like we want to have all walks of American life to come down. I would love to get as many of us out there as possible to go down with him. He requested the Marine Corps birthday, which is November 10th. And just get down there and rally around them and go to the Vietnam Veteran War Memorial together, maybe grab some dinner afterwards or lunch or whatever, and just show some love to each other and just show some love to the overall community, and roll out, from all over. I know that we have people from North Carolina coming. We might even have some people from Massachusetts coming, from New Jersey, from Pennsylvania, from Delaware, Maryland, all over the place. And if people want to get flown in, we're going to try to raise some money for this so that we can make it a really special thing. And any help and support in this effort to rally around this Vietnam vet, his name is Mike, would be amazing. So if you're interested in helping us out with this and organizing it and helping us raise some money, I know that there's there's a cornhole tournament happening in North Carolina that they want to dedicate funds to supporting this effort and supporting this rally to get this rallying around this Vietnam veteran Mike, so that we can take him down together to Washington D.C. and go visit that Vietnam Veterans War Memorial, with him. He requested just one last time. I want to see it. Just want to be down there. I want to be near it. And I want to, find Wallace's name, and I want to see it again. We need it. We need each other. We need to do that. And there's nothing more important. Nothing more important. And what an amazing reminder of community and unity that would be. So if you want to be a part of it, contact us, hit us up. We would love to, get your name down and invite you into our band app. We have a band app that we're using, the band app that we're using to organize, volunteers and communicate about this effort. And I want to surprise Mike with a bunch of people that are going to rally around him and show him some love, and then allow him to continue to move forward in his life and mourn his wife and move forward. Hopefully have a beautiful last, few years left on this earth that he has. Hopefully it's a long one. Hopefully he has another 10 years or 15 or 20. But reality is he's an older gentleman, and time is the very thing that we all can understand. So that's all. That beautiful story is the one that I wanted to share with you guys today, of a great success that we're all a part of. Anybody that supports Refit, shares our posts, donates money, allows us to continue to do these great things, these retreats that we host, these house calls that we do, the community events that we support, the military bases that we show up to, all of it. You're a part of it. You're the reason why we can continue to do this. So I cannot thank you enough for all of the support, all of the help. We need more. I need more. Help and support with all of this. It's a lot to lift, and it truly does take a community to heal. So we're all in it together. And if you're into that and you want to be a part of that, please reach out to us, message our page, comment below, go to our website, email us through the website, whatever it takes. Message us on Instagram, send us messages, and we'll send you a link to that band app, and, we'll start to coordinate together and see what we can do. So thank you all so much for watching. And again, I cannot thank you guys enough for allowing us to help this individual heal, and for being a part of Refit and being a part of this movement to connect community. Be on the lookout for more, and